You are one of the people I've always wanted to meet because I've always been such a fan of yours. I mean, all your from Idle Hands,
Rodman Flender,
from Idle Hands onwards, and of course of your amazing history with like Roger Corman and Concord as well. I mean,
Right.
you know, so you have such a wealth of experience. I mean, you know, so let's go briefly back to your early career. How did
I
that
started
all
when I
happen?
was 11 working for Roger, which is why I'm not as old as I seem. But yeah, I did. I didn't go to film school. Working for Roger Corman was my film school. I started in advertising for him, but always wanting to direct. But cutting trailers and coming up with ad campaigns, he was very involved in that. He really did care and still does care about how movies are advertised and the posters and the trailers. So I worked very closely with him, and then he went off to direct his first movie in 20 years
Frankenstein,
or so. Yeah, Frankenstein Unbound
Yeah.
in Italy, and he insanely left me the keys to his kingdom, and I ran his studio while he was away and produced a number of films, and that was really my film school. Produced
Name a few titles. What were the ones you did?
Haunting of Morella,
Oh,
which is Jim
right.
Wynorski, a movie called Streets, which I'm very proud of, which Kat Shea directed. Yeah, so then when he came back, I said, okay, Roger, now you really got to let me direct one. And I think I must have done too good a job and saved him some kind of money, because he kept me on for another year producing movies, and then he finally gave me my opportunity to direct one of my own, which was a movie called The Unborn.
I remember it well.
Yeah. And Scream Factory just released a beautiful 2K restoration of it, and it looks beautiful. Wally Pfister, who went on to shoot the Batman trilogy for Christopher Nolan, maybe for those movies, he shot it for me at the time. We were all just starting out then, so it looks beautiful. And that's how I started.
Oh, brilliant. I mean, and as I said, Idle Hands is one of my absolute favourites. I mean,
Thank you.
I thought it was, from Devon Sawa's performance, I thought it was just brilliant.
Yeah.
It really was. So, how did we get to Eat Brains Love? Tell us how we got to this place.
Oh boy, shots of whiskey and and my manager, my wonderful manager George Heller, called me and he said, there's this kind of zombie comedy, and they know about Idle Hands, and I said, is it really a zombie movie? After there've been so many zombie movies and so many great zombie movies, and after Walking Dead, where can you go? What is there left to do? And he said the title's Eat Brains Love, and I said, stop drilling, you've hit oil. Where do I sign? And as soon as I heard that title, I knew I was in. And I read the book, and what really struck me about the book was this kind of relationship between the three characters, Jake and Amanda and Cass, this kind of strange love triangle. And the book was very big in scope. It had larger battle scenes and a lot more characters, and when we adapted it into a film, the two original screenwriters, Mike Hero and David Strauss, really figured out how to turn it into a more doable movie. And then I came on with my experience, knowing it was what the low budget was, my experience working for Roger Corman. Really, to me, it was that triangle relationship of Jake and Amanda and Cass was the core. Was the core of the book, and I kind of whittled it down even further to really make that the most important thing in the movie. So if they're fans of the book, I hope they won't be disappointed, because that core relationship is the same. It doesn't have the wide, huge scope that the book has, but the emotional relationship has been retained. The sensibility, I thought, was, what if Nickelodeon, which is a young person's television channel in the States, what if they directed Herschel Gordon Lewis to do a pilot? So to me, that was kind of, if you can imagine Herschel Gordon Lewis doing young person's television, Eat Brains Love might be, what you'd find.
Was it a dream to direct? I mean, was it hard work? I mean,
it was hard work. Everything is a bit of a nightmare there to direct. Everything is a challenge. And this was, we had budgetary limitations. So my Roger Corman training was very helpful in that. It was challenging. Just the physical production of it was challenging. The cast was a dream. They were a dream to work with. Usually there's, someone's a prima donna somewhere, and it doesn't matter if they're a big star, or if I've worked with day players. I remember on a Roger Corman film, there was this woman who this was her first film. She was a stripper. This was the first opportunity she was given to act, and she threw a fit because we didn't get the right cat food for her cat, which she had in her dressing room. So I've seen prima donnas, like, there's always one prima donna, not with Eat, Brains, Love. Everyone was just, they were a dream to work with. So they made the challenges that much easier for me because I had a great team. And also my crew behind the camera, Taryn Anderson, the director of photography, she had done Southbound and a lot of lower budget films, genre films that you've seen. So I had seen some of her work at Sundance and other film festivals.
Sure. Yeah, there is a follow-up book, isn't there? I mean, there is
another
a
great title, Undead with Benefits.
Yeah, and is there a plan to sort of continue this?
Maybe. I've heard there might be a third. I don't know. I guess let's see if everyone goes sees Eat, Brains, Love and buys the books and shows some enthusiasm. Maybe there will be a third.
Right.